A lot of people thought that the real estate numbers for 2025 are as low as we're gonna get, and it's up only from there. But unfortunately, the numbers for 2026 are actually making 25 look good. My name is Lelyukh, I'm your local realtor here on the Big Island, and in today's market update video, I'm going to be going over the 2026 year-to-date numbers for the Big Island. So let's go ahead and hop on over to my computer screen and check out what's going on. Alright, so what we're looking at here is a summary of what's going on the Big Island year-to-date. So this is through the end of April. For single-family homes, the number of sales we had is 615 for the whole island. This is 5% less compared to last year. And the median sales price is also down by 3%. This means homes are taking longer to sell, and they are selling for less than what they were listed for. Even though the number of sales and the median sales price is down, the total value of sales, however, is up by almost 1.5%. But this is mostly due to luxury properties being sold, because sometimes they're sold for a giant amount, and this skews this number upward. As for condos, we don't see too much of a change compared to last year. So far we have 187 sales, which is 1.6% higher than last year. That's because in the beginning of 2025, condo sales were doing record lows. It really would be pretty hard to beat that. And even though they managed to climb up slightly in the number of sales, this came at the cost of a lower median sales price. So the reason they're able to sell more is simply because they're reducing prices on a lot of these condos, which is reflected by the total value of sales that even the luxury market could not get into the green. And the last one we have here is vacant land. Number of sales 478, which is 23.5% lower than last year. It seems like there's less land to go around and definitely not as much land being sold this year as last year. What was very impressive though is that the median sales price and the total value of sales spiked by over 40%. I also want to take a quick look at the heat map just so we can see where the most sales are happening. This is for the month of April, and all the highlighted areas that you're seeing, this is where all the sales are happening, with the dark orange areas being where the sales are the heaviest. The east side of the island has some of the most affordable single-family homes, so usually the most sales happen here. There's also quite a bit that happen in Ocean View, and of course Kona is also a very popular place. Here's the list of the top neighborhoods that had the most sales. Hawaiian Paradise Park is almost always on the top with 19 sales. That's this guy right over here. And Ainaloa, which is a neighboring subdivision, has 14. So like I said previously, the east side of the island almost always has the most sales. And if we look at the sales by region, this can also give us a pretty good picture of which districts are dominating the market. So the Puna District is taking about 33% of the market. If we go up, we see that the Puna District is this highlighted area right here. So once again, it's that east side of the island. And the one in second place, also taking a third of the pie, is North Kona, which is this area right over here, the west side of the island. So these two districts alone are dominating 2/3 of the market, and the other 1/3 is split between all the other areas. And this chart on the right side is also very interesting to look at because it gives you a price range of all the properties sold in these districts. So remember how I told you that the east side of the island has some of the most affordable housing? If we look at the Puna District right here, we see that 90 of the sales were under 300K. And the only districts that have a brown section is North Kohala, South Kohala, and North Kona. That's where a lot of the resorts are, and that's where we see most of the 3 million plus properties. And before I end this video, let's just take a quick look at the numbers for all of the islands. Remember how I said in the beginning of the video that 2026 is making 25 look good? Well, just take a look at these two bars of how 2026 started. As you can see, they do make everything else in 2025 look good. But anyway, for the whole state of Hawaii, we are seeing all red for the whole month of April. So we're down in number of sales, down on the median sales price, and down on the total value of sales. But compared to last year, it seems like we're not doing too terrible. Here's another interesting metric, which is the percent of list price received. Both for single-family homes and for condos, we have about 96%. What this means is that on average, single-family home sellers are only getting 95.87% of their asking price. For example, let's say that somebody is selling a property for $1 million. By the time they actually sell it, they're gonna get around $960,000 instead. Right underneath that, we have average price per square foot for single family homes and then for condos, and average days on market. For single family, we have 80, and for condos, we have 96. This means that properties are not being sold as fast. Buyers have more options and they have more room for negotiation. And that is all I had for you today. As usual, if you're looking to buy or sell property on the Big Island, reach out to me and I'll help you find the best deal possible. All my contact information can be found in the video description. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. And if you made it all the way to the end of the video, let me leave you with 2 dad jokes. Have you heard about the company that makes yardsticks? They won't be making them any longer. And do you know what is blue and not very heavy? Light blue.